Hey dear students, I'm Mr. Sanamdani. This video is part 2 on oblique projection and we are going to draw shape blocks. So let's get started. Here are a few examples of shape blocks. We need to draw this shape block in oblique projection. Next thing is that we have been given the information about the depth. It has been written 3D. We know that the length it is the horizontal distance and the height it is the vertical distance. We have to count the squares for both the length and the height, which is 7 and 7, and the depth is 3. Next thing we do is that we have to copy the object as it is and take into consideration the arrow of direction of depth. We shade this object. Now, the reason why we shade this object, it is because it will help us differentiate between visible edges and edges which are not visible. As we had done previously, we add numbers to each corner and then we move these points into depth. So point 1 and point 2 will move to 3D. But point 3 is not going to move into depth because if we draw the line, it is going to pass through the front view. However, point 4 is going to move into depth. So we are going to move point 4 as well as point 5 and point 6. Since we have figured out where these points will be in depth, we draw these lines. And finally, we have to complete the object. Once we have completed the object, we have to shade the top view and the side view. And we are going to use only color pencils. In example 2, the direction of depth is to the right and the depth is 2. Similar to the first example, we are going to copy the front face and then we are going to shade it red. Once we have shaded the object, we are going to add numbers to each corner. And then we are going to move the visible parts into depth, which is point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, point 5. But we are not going to move point 6 since when we draw the line it is going to pass through the front face. And then we are going to join each of these points. So after shading all the parts, the object will look like this. Let's have a look at our third and final example. So in this example, the object is 3D and the direction of depth is to the left. The length for this object is 7, the height is 6, and it is 3D. In the next step, we are going to copy the object as it is. Once we have copied the object, we are going to add the numbers and also we have to shade the object. And then we are going to move each point into depth. So here the depth is 3. We are not going to move point 3 because the line will pass through the front face. We are not going to move point 7 because similar to point 3, the line will move through the front face. So we are going to skip point 7 and we are going to move point 8 instead. Once we have obtained these points into depth, we are going to join these lines. The completed object looks like this after you have applied the colors. We have reached the end of this video. Please like, share and subscribe. Till then, take care. See you soon.